You are all familiar with Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Scheme, popularly known as MGNREGA or NREGA. Some of you who have recently taken over as Divisional Commissioner or Collector or CEO would like to fill up certain gaps in understanding of NREGA. Your subordinate who has briefed you about the scheme may not have briefed you fully or adequately. Some points may have been left out. For your convenience, we have made a presentation on NREGA which is very comprehensive and covers all aspects of NREGA. This will also help you to focus on key aspects of NREGA. I wish you all the best in your endeavors.
Non-negotiables to work in NREGA. Registration is a must for every wage seeker. Every registered worker is issued a job card on household basis, issued by the Gram Panchayat, and hence BDO and CEO are responsible to ensure its availability. Wage seeker must either have a bank or post office account, as all payments are made into their account. Now, let's understand the functionaries at the block level. NREGA is Gram Panchayat centric. To support and guide the Gram Panchayat, we have two functionaries at Taluka block level. First, we have the BDO, who is called the Joint Program Officer for the scheme. His work is to ensure that adequate work is always available in shelf for every Gram Panchayat, so that work can be started as and when demanded. At least one public work is in progress, so that work can be started the next day. To get the technical approval for works from Panchayat Samiti or Jilla Parishad Subdivision engineers, give administrative approval for the works proposed by the Gram Panchayat. His powers are up to Rs 25 lakhs at present. Give work order for new work or suspended work. Ensure that job cards and other documents are adequately available in GPs and also updated in regular interval. Ensure that Gram Rozgar Sevak are working in GPs and help in their appointment. Release skilled payments to GPs. Make administrative expenditure by ways of payments to Gram Rozgar Sevaks and Gram Panchayats. Monitor work. Get them completed on time and get the completion certificate and upload on MIS. Do everything that is necessary to implement NREGA. How does a Tahsildar play an important role? The Tahsildar is called the Program Officer for the scheme. He handles the line departments and gives the administrative approval on the line department work. He ensures the line department undertakes the work under the scheme. It is expected that at least 25 to 30% of the work must be handled by line departments. It is the BDO who has to make the Mahatma Gandhi NREGA a success in the block, because 75% of the work is implemented by the Gram Panchayat, which is the basic registering, planning and implementing authority. What role does the contract staff play? To help the district and block officials in their work on NREGA, there is a provision for appointing contract staff. The contract staff get their salary from administrative funds of NREGA. They are outsourced through SETU or other manpower providing agency at district level. Slowly, more and more staff are being appointed through the Mahatma Gandhi NREGA Society and provided to the district. They are of the following categories: Program Managers at district level, District MIS Coordinator at district level, Assistant Program Officers, APOs, with social work background at Tahsil, Panchayat Samiti offices to coordinate work, Contract Technical Officers with civil engineering or agriculture background, Clerk cum data entry operators at block level to make entry in MIS. Duty of the Collector and CEO is to ensure that adequate contract staff are available in the field as per fixed norms. Shortfall in contract staff will affect your district performance. Excessive staff will create load on administrative expenditure. The norms for contract staff are fixed broadly on basis of mandates the district has created in the previous year. It is also expected of the Collector and CEO to meet the contract staff together, interact with them, and understand implementation issues. The role of the staff at district and taluka levels. There are full-time regular staff in the Collector's office and in the NREGA cell in CEO's office. They are supported by some contract staff. At Tehsil or block level, there are adequate number of contract staff for NREGA work. They are supervised by regular Panchayat Samiti engineers and other staff. With the introduction of electronic fund management system and payments and technical and administrative approvals at block level, the main work of district officials is now essentially to do proper monitoring and inspection of field work. Planning for NREGA is a very crucial aspect and a major responsibility of DPC and joint DPC. Even though NREGA is demand-driven, for proper funds management and other purposes, Government of India expects advanced planning. For planning, one has to understand the concept of labour budget clearly. Gram Panchayat is the unit of planning. Every Gram Panchayat has to indicate in advance how many person days it will create in a financial year month-wise. Suppose 20 families are likely to demand work in May for 20 days, then person days, also called man days, is 20 into 20 equals 400. Labour budget will be 400 into wage rate as per existing wage rate. Wage rate changes every year. Thus, an advanced plan is prepared for an entire year for the Gram Panchayat. This planning starts from August 15th of the previous year. Thus, for 2015-16, labour budget preparation will start on 15/8/2014 in Gram Sabha meeting. This will be refined at Panchayat Samiti, approved at Zilla Parishad before 31st December and forwarded by DPC to government in January, so that full state consolidation is made and sent to Government of India in February. Normally, labour budget of each Gram Panchayat is linked to previous year's performance, existing work, etc. So work projection also has to be made. We have opened a dedicated website like naregalb.org for this purpose. Entries are made in MIS from time to time to consolidate and manage labour budget once and labour budget is given for the district, DPC and joint DPC. We'll have to ensure that it is achieved. Certainly they can ask for modification depending on rainfall, etc. But as far as possible, they must stick to it. All reviews of program officers, blocks must be made as per a labour budget for the year, allotted to each block and GP. It is essential that the entire district works on labour budget basis. That is, everyone up to Gram Rozgar Sevak level knows the labour budget his GP and plans and works accordingly. In meetings, review of performance against approved labour budget must be a regular feature. Different type of work and the execution. List of work that are allowed in NREGA are given in Schedule 1 of the Act. Broadly, there are two types of work, public work and individual work. Work on individual lands includes wells, farms, ponds, land development, horticulture and sericulture. This is allowed only in lands of selected categories like SC, ST, small farmers, etc. One thing to note that even individual benefit work like wells must be implemented by Gram Panchayats or line agencies, and individuals are not allowed to implement it themselves. What should be the wage material ratio? Wage material ratio will be 60-40 Gram Panchayat wise and 60-40 Taluka wise for line department work. 60-40 performance must be monitored continuously, and it must be ensured that each district has fully utilized the 40% available for material component. This is the full responsibility of DPC. While choosing work, a Gram Panchayat must choose a healthy mix of labour-intensive and material-intensive work. Labour-intensive work include horticulture, tree planting, water conservation work, where use of cement and steel is less, whereas any building construction, wells, etc. are material-intensive work. When is the completion certificate issued? One major responsibility of DPC, joint DPC, is to ensure that work started is completed on time. This is a subject to be monitored regularly. A work is treated as completed only after the completion certificate, CC, is given, and all the relevant entries are uploaded in MIS. Now let's understand the workflow in NREGA. Collectors and CEOs must clearly understand the workflow and procedure in NREGA at the block level. Let us look at the demand side. Workers demand work in Form 4. On this basis, a muster is entered. Attendance is taken in the muster sheet. After this, Measurement is done by a technical officer. The calculation is made and then all entries are made on MIS. Payment is done to laborers through EFMS method, directly into worker's account, BDO, using digital signature. Now, let us look at supply side. A work is recommended by Gram Sabha and Gram Panchayat. Based on viability, the technical estimate is prepared by the technical officers of either Panchayat Samiti or line department. Administrative approval is given by BDO for Gram Panchayat work and Tehsildar for line departments. Each work is given a unique work code number and entered in MIS. Then, each ready work is treated as work in shelf. It can be started anytime when there is demand. It is necessary that any GP has twice the labor budget as work in shelf to meet any contingency. Excessive work in shelf is not necessary. In case of delay of work, what should be done? It is essential that work commences within 15 days on demand for work. If there is a delay, unemployment allowance must be paid. So DPC must ensure that a system is in place for this purpose. How to make the payment of wages? Payment of wages must be done within 15 days of last date of the work. If there is a delay beyond 15 days, the worker will be compensated at 0.05% per day of delay. This amount will have to be recovered from the person concerned. Timelines are given for each stage after work is done. Role of DPC, Joint DPC, is to ensure that timelines are strictly followed in payment of wages. If there is anything that is causing delay in payment, it must be rectified immediately. What is the strategy adopted for vulnerable groups? The category of people who really demand work are mostly the ST, landless, and people in remote, hilly parts of the district. Demand also increases if there is failure of rains, etc. in any part of the district. Very often, information about them does not percolate up to DPC level. A good DPC, Joint DPC, must focus on such vulnerable areas and groups in the district. DPC, Joint DPC, must take proactive steps to review whether NREGA system is working smoothly in these parts and demand is smoothly captured. It is desirable that DPC, Joint DPC, quickly understand the local seasonal issues and keep work ready so that workers need not migrate for short spells. Certain basic facilities like first aid, temporary creche, water facility, etc. must be provided in the work site. A name board in the work site is essential. What is MIS? MIS is a special and important feature of NREGA. This is one aspect that has changed NREGA, as we are able to know the exact position of man days created, expenditure Gram Panchayat wise, agency wise information, details of incomplete work online. Entries are now made at the block level by MIS data operators. Newly joined collector and CEO must spend at least 20 minutes during their taluka visits, seeing how MIS entries are made sitting next to the MIS clerk. Then the concept of MIS will become clear. In a district, all key officers working in NREGA must be able to understand and interpret NREGA and use it as a tool for decision making. Suitable 2-hour training must be given to all concerned as to how to interpret MIS data. Because of MIS, there is no need for BDOs and Tehsildar to bring unwanted information for meetings or staff to compile information. All of it is available in NREGA. All review must be made on MIS data only, except those that cannot be available on MIS. Collectors must also review whether there is proper connectivity, bandwidth, adequate computers from time to time. Which are the websites dedicated for Mahatma Gandhi NREGA? The main website is narega.nic.in. This gives all the MIS information and all instructions of Government of India. The state website mahaegs.maharashtra.gov.in. We are uploading all GRs and circulars in this website. We also have some specific theme-based websites like naregalb.org for labor budget. How to go about accounts and funds. We are now using the EFMS system. wherein the money is drawn from a single account through digital signature. Due to this system, we are able to avoid fund shortages and excesses, which was a big problem in earlier years. Duty of the DPC and joint DPC is to check whether the system is working smoothly, whether there are checks and balances. We have introduced the concept of accounts-related management services for each district. He is an identified chartered accountant who checks and compiles the accounts annually. His fees is prefixed on a formula based on workload. Thereafter, separately, another chartered accountant is appointed as statutory auditor. Collectors and CEOs must give appointment order to the ARMS and statutory auditor on time. Give them time for discussion and use their feedback. They must also be paid on time. How to handle administrative expenditure? One area where collectors and CEOs must give attention to is administrative expenditure. The formula in which administrative expenditure is to be allocated is issued from time to time. DPCs and joint DPCs must check whether expenditure is happening as per set guidelines. Transparency, accountability and empowerment of workers. Great importance is given in NREGA to transparency, accountability and wage seekers' empowerment. Now let us examine the various measures one by one. Social audit means public verification of the quantity and quality of works by the Gram Sabha. It has to be done by an independent agency and workers who have worked under NREGA. Government of India has enacted special rules for social audit. Under this, every state has to have an independent social audit unit, which is different from implementation unit. They will help the Gram Sabha in conducting the social audit. Accordingly, we have created a social audit directorate for Maharashtra with headquarters in Mumbai. It consists of professional staff. Collectors and CEOs must ensure that social audit is happening in the district and review progress from time to time. Wall writing, Janata Information Service. Another initiative for transparency is the wall writing in each Gram Panchayat, giving all relevant information about implementation of NREGA. The first guidelines were issued in January 2014. These wall writings have to be updated from time to time. Likewise, in each location of work, proper board giving all details of work need to be fixed. Grievance redressal. The state has notified the grievance redressal rules. Any aggrieved person can complain to the Gram Panchayat or the block about grievances and timelines that have been given for redressing the grievances. Another important arrangement is Ombudsman or the Complaints Redressal Officer, who is appointed for each district. He works in an honorary capacity and gets an honorarium of ₹1,000 per sitting. He is independent of the collector and expected to be at arm's length and protect the labourer's interests. The collector and CEO must call the Ombudsman once in a month and ask him feedback about the district. They can also attend monthly Tehsildar on Block Development Officer meeting for 5 minutes when there is discussions on EGS topics. It is to be noted that collectors cannot direct the Ombudsman to make a particular inquiry. Further, Ombudsman is not a substitute for district machinery addressing complaints. The role, responsibilities, facilities to be given to the Ombudsman and reports that are expected of him are given as a detailed government circular. Helpline. A helpline has been opened where people can call the helpline to address their grievances. We have created an online follow-up system of complaints made in the helpline. DPCs and joint DPCs must look into these issues. Gram Rozgar Divas. Every Gram Panchayat must have one Gram Rozgar Divas first Saturday of the month, wherein the Gram Sevaks, Gram Rozgar Sevaks, GP members, technical officers are available at the same time in GP office, so that all NREGA issues are sorted out. It is expected that workers who need work can give all their application for job cards and work during Gram Rozgar Divas. Proper implementation of Gram Rozgar Divas will greatly improve implementation of NREGA in the district. Wage slip. You will appreciate labourers are entitled to know how much they have earned. For this purpose, we have instructed that wage slip must be provided to them for work done. From the Gram Panchayat level through Sangram Kendra, state quality monitors. So far, over 4 lakh works have been taken under Mahatma Gandhi NREGA in the last many years. To have a quality check on work, we have introduced the state quality monitors. They are basically retired engineers and technical officers who inspect work on random basis and give their valuable feedback. Inspection norms. In addition, inspection norms have been given for all categories of officers and staff. It is essential that inspections are made to check NREGA works. Closing line. When you follow all the protocols as mentioned before, you not only pave the way for your success, but also contribute to the success of every unemployed rural Indian. It is very essential for you to know that Mahatma Gandhi NREGA is not just providing employment opportunities for every Indian in the rural areas. We are opening new doors of progress and prosperity for every able Indian.